Hey guys, it has been 2 years since Three Shades of Brown first hit YouTube screens, and that morning where I fatally ran all the way across Wimbledon trying to find somewhere where I could actually upload it in time for the launch that we had planned from the Nihal show. Which went to plan, so that was good. There's a lot to reminisce about, which I won't bore you with, but it's not over. The plan is to do a second season. For that, I'm hoping to focus it on 3 very different British Asian girls. For that, I'm not sure whether I have the life experience to do that justice. So if there are any female comedy writers out there who see themselves as the next Lena Dunham, do get in touch, because it would be great to work on that with you. But yes, I am a person who gets very unfocused very, very quickly, which is the reason why Three Shades of Brown was a huge departure from my usual habit of being like, oh, I'm gonna DJ, nope, I'm gonna do journalism, nope, I'm gonna edit something, nope, I'm gonna cook, nope, I'm gonna go bowling, oh, I need somebody to go bowling with, I'm so lonely. Anyway, the thing I'm meaning to say is that Three Shades of Brown was the first time in my life that I have completely focused on just that one thing, which was to make sure that Three Shades of Brown did get onto the web for the 14th of April 2014. 14. Ooh, catchy. There were a lot of mistakes made. I'm not going to lie. But you know, that's the only way that you learn, despite having really good critical reviews for it. Doesn't really matter. What you really want are views. And unfortunately, we did the whole press push for that first episode, which is why if you check out YouTube, it's like, ooh, 2,000 views, and then it's like, you know, 3-digit stuff after that. Alright, let's go for the annotations. Mistake number 1 was taking on far too much for just myself. I hate getting people to work for minimal pay. It was just expenses for 90% of the crew, and I just thought whatever position I can film myself, I'll do, because I hate asking people to work for free stroke expenses. And for that reason, I took on the editing, the producing, the marketing. I should have got individual people to take care of those things. I mean, editing was fun. I could probably do that again, but I'd definitely like a co-producer and a marketing kind of guru to take care of that for the next one. 70% of any product is, yeah, what's the point of making something if nobody's going to watch it? So, yeah, I would definitely get somebody to do that marketing side to make sure that it gets attracted to the right kind of audience and viewers who will share and like and all that. You can't just depend on your friends and family. It doesn't work like that unless you're Amitabh Bachchan's son-in-law. Mistake number 2 is ensuring that there's material continually coming out. Sounds like diarrhea. What I mean to say is that, yeah, we had 8 episodes, but, you know, it was out on a weekly basis, so every Monday, but the gaps in between there, we had very little stuff. I mean, you know, the first couple of weeks we tried to do a trailer, but it would have been good to have like a blooper or, you know, just like stuff just to keep fans interested. You know, interviews with the crew. That's the other thing. It was completely missing the personal touch. I mean, there's been nothing like this, the whole person to camera thing. I did get some stuff filmed, but again, I ran out of time and didn't get around to uploading it. Not too sure how relevant it would be now, but still, maybe I'll get around to editing and uploading soon enough of, you know, little bits of the cast and crew and why they got involved, which again goes back to mistake 1, having some marketing person who could do that in time. So yeah, that's mistake number 3, which is the personal touch. Just, you know, being able to know who the cast and the crew are behind the product, so that, you know, it's not just about being entertained, but following the journey. Which brings us to mistake number 4, which is that the journey shouldn't end. It's been 2 years. It's a marathon, not a sprint. With a web series, you need to have things continually going out. You know, it's just not going to be one of those, if you build it, they will come. It's if you build it and maintain it, they will come, because yeah, it's an ADD world out there. People lose attention and move on to the next thing very quickly, so you need to make sure that people are going to be on your YouTube or Facebook page all the time. Mistake number 5 was something I thought would have worked for me, which didn't, which was the fact that the season 1 was basically the pilot episode of a TV series. So there's another 5 episodes, i.e. 5 seasons of this that I have in mind. But yeah, I basically just had this one pilot episode and thought, as a web series, just cut them down into 8 pieces and it will be fine. Doesn't work for a web series. You need to have cliffhangers at the end of each episode, which I kind of had, but also each episode needs to be self-contained. There needs to be a through plot that you know, begins at the beginning and the question is answered at the end, as any film would. Mistake number 6, having your whole team involved in plugging the web series that you've created. You can't do this by yourself, as I keep saying. You need the support network of everybody on that team to be social mediaing it out throughout. The more people you get involved in the push, the more viewership you'll get, and that should be the target of any web series, otherwise it's just pure indulgence. Mistake number 7 was a technical one, in the sense that you know, it could have done with a lot more background music. You know, it's okay, some people might feel that it's a bit manipulative, but you know, it could have added a whole depth to it. Again, something I thought that I could just produce myself with little tablas going, but it definitely needed more than that. In terms of production values, it was a 0 budget production, so majority of it was either filmed in my flat, which, well, this is Naz's bedroom, also my bedroom, and if we go out that way, that is the boys' flat, their lounge and the kitchen, and then upstairs, which is my sister's flat that Harry's room was. And then if we went over to another good friends of mine's house, that would be where Ravi's flat was, and then another friend of mine gave me their office space to film where Ravi's trying to win back his ex-girlfriend. So yeah, favours. And the hotel was also in that same workplace as well, so thank you, International Power. No longer International Power, GDF Suez. So where we could, we got some great production value, especially with the office stuff. But if I'd given myself 1 week of pre-production to maybe get pictures of Naz and his family and, you know, put those out, get permissions to, you know, use posters, just make it a bit more colourful, because, you know, you had black sofas and you had white walls. There wasn't much colour. It could have probably done with a production designer of some sort. I mean, that's probably most of the mistakes. There's probably a few more that I've forgotten, but if there is any feedback, I don't get hurt. All criticism is good criticism, unless it's unuseful criticism. It would be good to come back to this. As I said, 3 Shades of Brown Season 2 with 3 British Asian girls is something very much on the list of things to do in 2016, along with 6 other things. It doesn't have to be the end. Let's try and find that team. So, to 3 Shades of Brown Season 2. Good night. Yeah! Where am I looking? Am I looking that way? Hello, everyone! Then I'll be looking at an angle. Let's just aim to look at myself.